Hello, hello, hello! You are tuning to the episode of The Wunderkind Show live. What's good? Good morning. It's President's Day. What's up? Let's see. Yes, guys. Yup. The other channel is actually up. We can't put anything into it right now. The 24 hours was actually restarted. So I can't put anything on it now outside of the little video. But as you can see, the logo is different. Everything is up for it. And we will be switching this to the porting to the next channel by most likely tomorrow. But I just want to tell everybody good morning. Let's get to this chat. See how everybody's doing. Stacey said good morning, Nitro. Good morning to you too, Stacey. How you do? Producer right here close. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Coach from Sip and Tally Films was good. Good morning. Lady Laura Baltimore, good morning, Nitro. Good morning, King Blaze. Salute, bro, salute. Just Blaze. What's it called? I was about to say nice brand. Thank you. I thought it caught my good side. I looked like the picture, right? Right? Yeah. I tried. Thank y'all for everyone that did subscribe. I put out the authorizing video already for it, but to stream, it takes 24 hours. And when I did it, it restarted the 24 hours. I don't know why. So I guess it's 48 hours till I can stream on it. Hey, but we're definitely moving. Yeah, we got coaching here, guys. And if you don't check that, check out his channel, Sip the Tally Films. If you like breakdown, he's doing mock drafts and stuff like that, I believe, right now. And he's doing breakdowns of college prospects coming into the NFL, that most likely for the Ravens and stuff like that. Give him a check out. Straight up. For anybody that needs the link was in the community tab. I sent it out. I'll probably put the link in the chat also. You probably see it there too. But man, we got a lot to talk about today, man. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. The NBA All-Star game it's not salvageable. It's done. It's dead. It's gone. Gone. You're gone. You're gone. Oh, here it goes with the camera stuff. But I mean, it's cool though. Listen, let me tell you something right now. LeBron James looked terrible in that thing, but we're gonna stay in the chat real quick and then get into everything. But this stuff has to get, man, it got to get talked about. Definitely, the NBA is in such a decline. It's sad because once again, we're so used to like the big names of the Jordans, the Birds, the Magics, the Kobes, the Shaqs, the Iversons, the McGrady's, the Patrick Ewings, the Karl Malones, man, there's so many names. The Vince Carters, the Jason Kidds, like, you know what I'm saying? And for the game to be what it is now, it's just, I'm gonna get to it soon. We're gonna get to it. But I just want to say good morning to everybody because it is President's Day. That means the banks are closed and hopefully y'all ain't at work and you can take in your morning double shot of nitro in the morning. The top of the morning, Benny, top of the morning. Money Mike, NBA fell off. Yeah, the NBA fall off is ridiculous. And it's all on the players. It's all on the players. The lack, once again, I'm going to go into it. But yeah, Antonio Williams, morning. Tucker can't stop catching stress. Listen, Tucker need to stay off those chairs and benches. That's what it is. Like, this man, and I'm going to break it down also because yesterday was a big day on that. And like I said, this is the Monday morning, so you got to recap everything for the weekend. So we're going to start off on the stories. I'm just going to start off because mostly everybody already knows a large portion right now of the people that are watching are Raven fans. So we'll start off with the NFL. And yeah, if you didn't hear, Justin Tucker, more allegations, more accusers have come forward, which has actually doubled the amount. Now it is sitting at 16 accusers and 16 different accusations against the Hall of Fame NFL Baltimore Ravens legend, Justin Tucker. So look, guys, I read over some of the stuff. Let me tell you something right now. King Blaze said a double shot of nitro. Okay, you get a nitro shot, I'll say I'll do the wordplay. But the one thing with this, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better, guys. I specifically came on here, guys, and I told you guys, I said, this thing is going to get worse before it ever gets better. I told you guys that there's going to be problems because here's the thing, guys. It's all about the media cycle. Everything that goes on in the media is about cycles, right? And once things start to quiet down and the media is not getting the viewership that they want, let's say like the NBA All-Star Game didn't do the viewership that they want, they have to pivot to news that they feel will garner, you know what I'm saying, eyeballs. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what's going on now. Exactly what's going on now. And that's what we're dealing with. So now, slowly, like the NFL's done, Super Bowl's done, the most of the MVP talk has come to more of a halt. You can't really bring up the Lamar Jackson stuff where they always go to that well. You've seen ESPN try to bring his name up specifically to help with their ratings, to pit him now against Jalen Hurts. And that's not been working. So now, the one thing that they've been trying to not really bring up is this. So now it's in the media cycle. They're like, yo, we need it. So that's why I said when everything starts to quiet down after the All-Star break or during, if it matters at the end, because remember, everybody was like hyped on the NBA trades with the Lukas, the Zach LaVine trades and all that type of stuff, but all that's quieted down. That's done. So now this is what's going on. So now everything is Justin Tucker. And now that it's back to Justin Tucker, you're going to hear more people coming out. You're going to hear more stories, more allegations, more accusers. I feel like Elliot Stabler. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a lot going on, man, and it's going to get way worse. And now, look, I've heard stories that most of the Ravens front office is waiting for, I believe, it's either the June 1st cut designation. It's June or July, but it's the first of that month where there is a designation cut where you could get rid of the player. And I heard from multiple sources that the Ravens might be considering that. But once again, all that you are hearing right now with Justin Tucker is allegations. The allegations are salacious. They are terrible. They're horrible. They're very graphic, but once again, they're allegations. So we're going to get to see how this goes, but it does not look pretty. And it's looking like we're going to be in for a long summer. And if the Ravens want to quiet some of the narrative surrounding them, they're going to have to, call up Liv and Elliot, and they're going to have to say, look, man, we're going to have to cut bait most likely. Now, on the flip side of things, I like for things to play out because imagine all of this, and I'm not taking sides. I'm saying imagine all of this being false. Now what he would have to do is deal with the fallout of social media, the fallout of him unable to play in the sport in which he's garnered his fame. The admiration that once was his tarnished. His kids and everything else having to go through that with his name being linked to these salacious and, very predatory-like, behaviors tied to him. So that's why I said that, if he's guilty, fry him. But if he's not, oh my God, the people that, spread these lies, something has to get done. And that's how I look at things. I'll never sugarcoat anything for you guys. I'm not somebody that does not believe in due process. I'm not somebody that does not believe in just once because here's the thing, the court of public opinion wants to crucify people immediately. Like if the court of public opinion was what we did things in, there'd be a lot of people on the cross. It wouldn't be Jesus wouldn't be with those two thieves and criminals next to him on those cross. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. A lot of people would be up there. And to be fair, a lot of stuff has come out that has been false. And when the false stuff come out, everyone gets real quiet. And to pivot on that, you just seen with the Sean Carter, a.k.a. famous rapper Jay-Z, with the accusations and allegations that came out with him with an underage young lady. And then I believe it was Busby was the lawyer who was the one, pushing everything, sending out notes to everybody saying, look, either we're going to go public with this or you can settle immediately. And he wasn't having it. And when the stories came out from her, it just it destroyed the case. Because people was like, for one, the people that you were saying were there, there's proof that they weren't there. There's proof they were overseas. Like, the distance is not what you said. Like, so it was just so many inconsistencies that they were like, bro, we can't even prosecute this. So it was literally dropped. Because then they're like, now it's dropped. I heard that they're going to be going after litigation against the lawyer, because they're saying that the lawyer knew, and you seen the lawyer saying, hey, we didn't know about that. You know what I'm saying? We got this lady from another source, from a third party. So that's why I'm saying, like, I like due process, but at the same time, I'm not without saying that 16 allegations, Lawrence Wilson, exactly, is very bad. And the number keeps rising. And in these instances, two things happen. Either more people look at it as a money grab, or more people that it happened to feel more comfortable about coming up, or more safe, feel more comfortable of coming out with what happened, because now it's not just them going against a star. Because multiple ladies, I believe in one of the Baltimore Banner's coverings, they said that the place, the spa, denied that they ever banned Justin Tucker from going there. And the lady specifically said the reason why they never told their bosses, because they were scared that if they told them, knowing the type of public figure that he is, they would have lost their jobs and got fired. And once again, I'm not assuming anything. I'm pretty straightforward. I'm in the middle. If he's guilty, fry him. If he's not guilty, then guess what? Then I believe that the apology should be as loud and as spread as the allegation. That's just being real with me. You know what I'm saying? As much as I like to laugh and do certain things, that's how I stay with this. But this is going to get very hot, because now it's in the Ravens' court. Listen, he had a very shaky year this year. The Ravens were it was already looking like what were they going to do with them in the offseason. This could just be a way for them to cut bait from now. Good morning, Zeke Okage. Good morning. The allegations are now at 16. If you are now just tuning in to the Wunderkind Morning Show, good morning. I'm your host, Nitro. Yes, the allegations have doubled. It is now at 16 different accusers, allegations. All of them have, from my understanding, proof that they have had work and have done work for and on Ravens Hall of Fame kicker Justin Tucker. So, yeah, the NFL and Baltimore Ravens got to announce an investigation. And the NFL has already announced an investigation into the process. Roger Goodell was asked about it, and they said they were flabbergasted and they were taken aback by the accusations. And they knew nothing about the past ones, because you remember there was stuff in the past that came up about it on Twitter and stuff like that. And they said they had no previous knowledge of any of it. So the NFL now is doing their due diligence on this situation, separate from the Baltimore Ravens. If you thought they were working in tandem, they are not. I repeat, the Baltimore Ravens and the NFL are not working in tandem on this case. The NFL is doing their own research into the allegations, separate from what has been done, taken, or observed by the Baltimore Ravens. Yes. Because look, the NFL is about the shield. If y'all don't listen, if there's ever been an organization, an establishment for professional sports that was more about its shield than any other brand, it would be undoubtedly the NFL. It doesn't even have to be said. They'll throw the players to the wolves quickly. They do not care. They are about the brand. First, second, third, and last. It's been proven. It's not even an argument point. You really think they're going to let any blemishes happen to the brand for a kicker, even if the kicker was the GOAT kicker? Get out of here. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. All of this, listen, I'm one of those people that look at everything from both sides. You have to in these circumstances, right? Because a lot of people are asking the question, why didn't these ladies, or if all of these ladies, it happened to all these ladies, Why didn't they come out or come through sooner? Why are we just getting just this flash of information now? The flip side to that is saying a lot of them say they're fair for their jobs. It's a very hard field to be in when you're garnered the opportunity to work on professional athletes. It raises your clout, raises your name to fame, and you're able to work with other professional athletes or professional organizations, which then you get more, bigger, better paying clientele. And so that's the pivot to that. You know where I'm coming from? That's called looking at it from both sides. Now, the other pivot point that is standing is that with all these ladies, originally it came out that none of these ladies knew each other. It did come out after that a couple of the ladies, a handful of them, knew each other. Here's where that's a problem, because then they corroborate stories together. I'm telling you both sides. And then the question arises, if you knew and you're my friend that he's an absolute douchebag and he's doing inappropriate, salacious things to everybody that she's covering, why didn't you better protect yourself or at least put up a barrier to catch him in the act? Or why did you agree on working on him at all? These are the questions that are being asked. This is not me. Once again, this is all news. You get where I'm coming from? So that's the whole Justin Tucker stuff. I get it. Once again, it's such, when it comes anytime to sexual assault, it is such a murky water. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, well, if you don't believe them, you're part of the problem. You know where I'm coming from? So people walk on eggshells around it. I'm the Wunderkind. I don't walk on eggshells no matter what. I'm too big to walk on eggshells. When I walk on eggshells, they break. You understand where I'm coming from? It ain't holding up my weight. So me, I come out with the truth and I'll stand on it and stand by it. And that's how I do everything. You know what I'm saying? If I'm ever in the wrong, I'll apologize and I'll put that out profusely. But I stand on facts and truth. That's what I've always done. So I'm not taking sides in this. And you know what I'm saying? Side note, I like the Wunderkind emote. It's like, it's giving Nickelodeon vibes, but original to you. You already know I'm an 80s baby, man. You know I used to watch that Snick. Good point out, though. Very good point out. Shout out to you. Thanks, man. But this is, like I said before, Raven fans, NFL fans, anybody watching, if you think that this is going to quiet down, it is not. It is not. Matter of fact, if you missed yesterday's video, I'm going to read this to you. Before we pivot to the NBA, I'm going to read this to you so you understand exactly what I'm saying, right? So it said, check this out. This is from the banner itself. It said, the 7 new accusers include women who say Tucker acted inappropriately at some of the city's most luxurious spas, including the spa at the Four Seasons Hotel and the Baltimore Spa and Salon at the Ritz-Carlton Residences, which has since closed and been replaced with a new spa. Their allegations are largely similar to those of the women who came forward earlier, including that he had, let's just say, a Woody Buzz Lightyear. Got to use certain words. Good morning, Andrew Tyler. You know what I'm saying? For most of the massage, intentionally and repeatedly exposing his manhood and parts, and brushed some of the therapist's thighs with his hands. One of the 7 new women said he left what appeared to be a milky substance on the massage table after the session. I'm reading this verbatim. That's crazy. And then at the end, it goes so far as to say, the women also provided similar details that the banner had not previously reported. One said Tucker made intense eye contact while exposed, and others said he used his Woody and Buzz Lightyear to move the sheet. The 16 women all said Tucker's actions occurred from 2012 which is his rookie year with the Ravens, to 2016. Yes. Now, of course, the representatives came out and said, and Tucker already said profusely, that he did not act inappropriately during any treatment session, and he's never behaved inappropriately. And to go back to what he had said when he had put it out, that the Baltimore Ravens are doing nothing but putting out salacious, tabloid fodder to, bemoan and to denigrate his name. Also, it said that this week, they also provided a sworn declaration from the owner of Baltimore Spa and Salon, which is important that she is a woman, saying she never received complaints about him or suspected he had engaged in any misconduct. The therapist from that spa said they did not report his behavior to their supervisors because they feared they would lose their jobs. Bro, so pretty much in the gist of things, they're saying while they were trying to give him his massages, he was popping a Woody and Buzz Lightyear and leaving milky white substances smothered all over the tables in clear view for them to see. Proudly, I might add. That's what they are saying. What he is saying is totally fabricated. And once again, I've said this, and I've said, if that was happening to 16 different women, one thing that would clear all of this up is a woman called Dana. If you do not know who Dana is, she is a lady who gives nothing but facts and truth. She does not take sides. She just tells you who's who, what's what, and if that person was there or not. And if you don't know who Dana is, I'll spell you out her name. DNA. And if any of those women kept one of those towels that cleaned up that supposedly milky white substance that was smothered like grandmother's gravy over some of her buttermilk biscuits, then it will clear everything up real quick. Because how is he going to be able to refute that? Also, if one of these ladies, without him knowing, recorded the session. See, because once again, some of the ladies knew each other. So what if one of those ladies went in saying, he's not going to do that to me and I'm not going to have proof. So that's where this can become murky. Because mind you, this is the era of social media. None of those women have to admit to putting out that video. They can send that video randomly to any person. It gets uploaded to Twitter. And him and his shaboink boink is out live, unedited for everybody to see. Good luck trying to get that off the internet. You get where I'm coming from? Good luck trying to separate that from the mindset or from him. You get where I'm coming from? That would stop and mind you, that has been the case for a lot of cases where women or people that were, going through things said, you know what? I'm getting proof. I'm setting up my camera. Record. That's part of the reason why they have came out with multiple rules that you can't record people without them knowing, because that was happening a lot of times in workplace. For the back story, it was happening a lot of times in workplaces where they were recording supervisors, during sexual assault or rape or racist rants. And because of those things, they said, man, it's catching too many people up. And they put it into law to protect a lot of employers from employees doing that. If you did not know why. Dana from over a decade ago. Dana's clearing people from 50 years ago. They just found out who the Ripper was through DNA. We're talking almost 100 years ago, bro. More than 100 years ago. You remember the Ripper? He was killing prostitutes, harlots on the streets of England and France. They just found out who he was through DNA. Dana don't age. Dana got that good skin. Dana got those good genes. Dana got that pretty. Exactly. They just called Jack the Ripper. So, hey, Dana is going to sing. You ever heard that old saying, when the fat lady sing? Dana be singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what they ooh, 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 be singing. Truth and facts. So do not believe that, oh, well, it can't come into. No. That's why I said if any of these young ladies kept that towel, how are you going to argue that? You just happily gave up your biscuits and gravy into a towel from that organization? Like, what are we doing here? Bro, he found bones from thousands of years ago and we analyze and break. Yeah. Sounds slowly tucked looking to get the Woody Buzz Lightyear massage, just sickening, like you jumping from different massage parlors, so it makes you, exactly. That makes it look even, because usually you don't feel comfortable for multiple people working on you. You know where I'm coming from? Unless something was going on. That's why I'm trying to say this looks bad. Now, things can look extremely bad, sound extremely bad, and be absolutely fictitious. You understand where I'm coming from? That's why I always say I stay in the middle. Does it look bad? Yes. Does it sound bad? Yes. Does it sound like Elliot Stabler and the team at the SVU are probably going to get a call? Yes. But guess what? There's an old saying. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Hence why I stay in the middle. And I'm hoping that people do the same thing. You know, I know that it's a very touchy subject, but this is the Wunderkind Morning Show. We touch on everything, if it's uncomfortable or not, because you know I gotta keep it on it with you guys. Keeping a DNA rabbit tune, it sounds a little crazy though. We've seen worse. We've seen worse. We've seen sites like there's been what's it called? Let's just say the R word, and let's say cereal, that have kept fingernails, bloody sheets, things that could catch them up in the case. We never know why people do what they do, but evidence is evidence nonetheless. We've seen like people keep the only thing that could tie them to a murder or anything else, and they keep it in their house, in their bedroom, next to the bed lamp. I mean, next to the bottle of water you drink when you're thirsty at nighttime. They keep it next to that. And then that catches everything up and they get caught up. Oh, I don't know how I got caught. So being like keeping that, it's not crazy. We've seen worse. We've seen worse. But what I will not do is, as much as I'm a laughy guy, I'm not going to defame somebody's name wrongly. I'm going to stay right in the middle. And I'm going to always say this. If he's guilty, fry him. But if he's innocent, then things got to be done to the false accused. And also to who defamed his name. Yeah, all right, we need to let it play out and let him stay raving and keep shaking. No. Don't twist my words. Don't do that, please. Don't twist my words. Do not do that, please. Listen, I stay middle all the time. What the Ravens do is on them. You're just coming in probably now. I've already stated that I don't know when the designated cut date is. I believe it's June or July, but it looks like the Ravens are waiting till then maybe to cut him. And this will be the perfect reason for them to cut him, judging how he was already shanking kicks and played his worst year in his professional career. So once again, we don't know what the Ravens are going to do. I don't know. And the Ravens have already shown us that no matter how we feel, what we think, or what we want done, that will not persuade them to do anything. They do what they believe. They do what they want. Don't place that on me because I'm covering it. That's what a lot of people like to do. when you try to remain neutral. When you remain neutral. There's been plenty of times where stuff like this has come out, it's looked terrible, and it was all fictitious. It was all lies. It was all lies. And I already brought up multiple of examples of those. So if you're just tuning in, I'm not taking sides. You know what I'm saying? If he's guilty, fry him. But once again, this is a very touchy subject. I know people are going to be in their feelings about it. Hence why a lot of YouTubers are not going to be covering it because they don't want the backlash. My thing is, this is going to cover all popular sports news. And I'm not shying away from anything. Darn that. I'm not shying away from nothing. I'm going to give you the unbridled truth. As unbiased as humanly possible. And hopefully you can respect that. But yeah, it's not pretty, it's not good. But we're going to get to see, like I said before, the NFL is doing their own investigation separate from the Ravens because of how bad this is a look on the NFL. With the NFL trying to get even more women fans. Hence why they were so swift, no pun intended, to use a Taylor Swift to garner women fans. This is a bad look on them if they let something like this slide. There's levels to this. So the NFL is doing their due diligence. And the NFL, let me let y'all understand, if y'all do not understand this, they work with the FBI, they work with all of them people. That's the same thing with the NBA. They have ties with the FBI and all that stuff. That's why they know who's in your circles, where they be at. When you get caught up on certain things, they already know. Yeah, the NFL don't play. You remember when Dez Bryant signed his contract with the Cowboys and multiple news places came out and be like, the Cowboys need to give him security detail to make sure he's not doing what he's doing. And Dez alluded to that the NFL watches him no matter what he does. Yeah, especially for their stars. The NFL don't play those games. They got all the casinos, all them stuff on speed dial. Yeah. They don't play games with that stuff because they're about the brand. And we don't know what they're going to do about the brand, but nonetheless, this is something that can diminish and tarnish the brand, and they're going to do their due diligence. Public opinion is always trying to crucify somebody. Public opinion's first action is to destroy the accused. You ever heard of the Salem witch trials? Public opinion got Jesus killed. They said, would you rather a murderer or him? They said, him. Yeah. If you want to go biblical, if you want to go through modern text, the court of public opinion has never been never been cut and dry or has all of this. It's all cautionary tales from the court of public opinion. Exactly. That's what it's been. So why would I resort to public opinion? The courts of public opinion. The problem with let me tell you something right now. The problem with the court of public opinion is that everybody wants you hung for the allegations. And if you're innocent, they act like nothing happened. Let's move on to the next story. Who cares? And the accuser becomes the victim. I don't like making victims. Hence why I like to see things play out. Now, whatever the Ravens do, that's on them. But once again, I'm just reporting on what's going on around this story. O.J. Pimpson, multiple of the organizations or locations came out and said he was not banned from any of them. So that's why I'm trying to tell y'all. I just read it to you guys verbatim. And I get it. We want him off the team. It's a bad look. I get that part of it. But what I'm saying is, look what you just said. The different locations, a couple of the locations came out and said, we've never banned him. We didn't even know nothing about this. You get where I'm coming from? So then it becomes, okay, were they complicit in it? Did they know because they didn't want to lose him as a high-profile client? Or did they truly not know? Good morning, KBZ. So once again, I'm giving you the news, unfiltered and unbiased. So we'll see. We'll get to see what goes on. We'll get to see. But of course, that wasn't the only thing trending this weekend. LeBron James and the NBA hosted, of course, it was All-Star Weekend, which you already know with the NBA going on a major tailspin downward, losing reportedly up to 58% of their viewers since the year 2018. This was not a good look. This man already knew he wasn't going to look, and I get it. LeBron is beloved. He's the face of the league still, even at 40 years of age. He's one of the top 3 greatest players to ever play. He is the best player of his era. I don't even know how you can even argue that. But undoubtedly so, this looks bad. And I think that LeBron is so big that he thinks he's above a lot of the things. He's like, I'm LeBron James, who cares? But once again, unlike the NFL, the NBA doesn't protect their shield as usually or as it should. And this is one of the things that, let's say, a prime young David Stern wouldn't have allowed. Because you knew, listen, let me tell you something right now. LeBron knew he wasn't going to play, but he wanted to be an all-star starter. So he waited until the day of to say, oh, I'm not playing, and guess what? He didn't play. He was in all the pictures in his regular clothes, while all the other guys were in their uniform. Now, look, if you weren't going to play, you weren't going to play. I don't have no problem with that. You're 40 years old. You understand where I'm coming from? But he took away the spot from somebody else for no reason, knowing he was not going to play. And this isn't the first time LeBron has done things that have been quite selfish or in his own benefit. The NBA dunk contest could be laid at the feet also of him, of his being pretty much diminished. Because of his fear of losing at it, he said, I'm not doing it. And the biggest, listen, let me tell you something right now. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in a time where all of the biggest stars, big names and stuff like that were doing that stuff. You feel what I'm trying to say? I remember Allen Iverson, who I tell y'all, him and Michael Jordan are my 2 favorite basketball players of all time. I remember he was in the 3-point shooting contest. And Allen Iverson has never been known for 3-point shooting. Michael Jordan was, I believe, in 2 or 3 dunk contests. Dominique Wilkins, Dr. J, all these guys that were considered athletes. Vince Carter, Jason Richardson, that were considered top athletes who were stars. Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, they went and did it. And if you remember, even if people were like, oh, that it still helped to maintain the profile of the NBA. You could go back to multiple times you remember when Dwight Howard put on the Superman cape and did the big dunk, or when Nate Robinson, who was never a big star but always known as a leaper, leaped over him for the dunk, and he called himself Kryptonite because what's his name called himself Superman. All of those things helped to build up the profile of the NBA. Once again, I want y'all to understand this. It's not about the individual star. It's about the profile of the NBA. If anybody doesn't understand that, then you shouldn't be a part of those type of things. Because I can make the argument that Larry Bird Magic Johnson, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Sir Barkley, David Robinson, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bean Bryant, Allen Azale Iverson, Jason Kidd left the game in a better predicament in which they received. When Michael Jordan, a lot of people don't know this, so once again, that's why this is the morning show. I got to give you background. You have to understand the history. When Michael Jordan retired, the NBA took a nosedive in ratings. He was that big to the sport. So the NBA was rushing, like scraping at who could be the next face of the league. Who can at least take them through that lull as they try to find their next heir apparent. And that was on the shoulders of the diminutive Allen Azale Iverson. A lot of people don't seem to know that. His urban-themed character, his braids, the tattoos, his anti-hero persona helped carry the NBA through the retirement of Jordan until Kobe became the face of the league. See, I like historical facts. That's why this is called a morning show. I ain't coming with y'all without nothing but facts. Because remember, there was a certain allegation placed against Kobe Bean Bryant at a certain time that helped tarnish his player profile and earning profile. Iverson carried all those covers of 2K and all the games, the shoes, being the face of Reebok. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. When you go into anything, you got to come into the mindset that you're trying to leave it either at the same or better than how you received it. It's literally how parents groom children. Parents, mind you, I'm first generation American. My parents were born and raised in Jamaica. They and my grandparents, the same thing. My grandparents migrated to America, sent for my parents, both sides, right? Busted their tail to give their children a better life. My parents then built a better life than what their parents had. Okay? And then my parents busted their behind to give me a life better than what they had. And it's up to me to fulfill that. And it's up to me to bust my tail to make sure my children have a better life that was afforded to me. Because through this work, through this life, through anything, hard work and sacrifice is needed. It's needed. Listen, Iverson started the arm sleeves, the baggy attire, the chains, the earrings, the tattoos, the braided hair, the outspokenness to the media, the kids on your lap during interviews. That's all Allen Iverson. That's all Allen Iverson. All of it. NBA players weren't listening to hip hop at first. They're listening to Seal. Ba da 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Da 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 da. Well, it's a minute to tell you so much we could say. You remained my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. That's what they were listening to. They were listening to no hip hop. Go look back at what what's it called? Jordan was listening to. Michael Jordan, the face of the NBA, was listening to even back then. He was listening to R&B. Why do you even think most of the stuff, even on the Space Jam stuff, was R&B or from R&B singers? R. Kelly, Seal. I wanna fly like an eagle. Ba bow to the sea, fly like an eagle. Let the spirit carry me. I want to fly. That's what was going on. Hip hop was brought into the NBA by Allen Iverson. I'm trying to tell you. The NBA did not like Allen Iverson, but they understood that they had to use him from a product standpoint to get them to where they wanted to go. Do I believe the NBA did him wrong? Yes. Did he take a lot of lumps? Yes. But make no mistake about it. There's a reason why Allen Azael Iverson is beloved in the NBA community and the players. They understand the weight that was on his small 5'10", 5'11" frame to 165 pounds with a shirt, sweat, with wet, with water, whatever you want to call it. That was a man amongst giants. Listen, Allen Iverson is around my height. I'm 5'10" flat without the fro. Big Grumpy with an $8 donation. Hey, shout out to you, Nitro, for your community work. Thank you, bro. I knew you were a stand-up dude. Godspeed, homie. 3 slaps, and you're not my dad. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. And you already know.
Finish him, Daddy. Not my dad.
Yo. But shout out to you, Big Grumpy. First donation of the day. Best nation, donation. But you see what I'm saying? So that's why I try to tell you, you're supposed to build up or help build up the profile that you are a part of. The NFL forces it on their players. The NBA believe that they're partnerships and that you should want to, because as this goes on and through, it helps to build up more money for the brand and yourself. The NFL is just starting to market it like truly marketed stars, which is mostly their quarterbacks. The NBA was built on marketing their stars. It started from when the NBA was really going on a downturn. It started with the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird pitting each other against each other. And of course they use racial dynamics to also help push those narratives, push that rivalry even further. East Coast, West Coast, black versus white, flashy versus blue collar. Like that's what they marketed it as. Once again, it is what the media does. It's what the organizations pay them to do. So when you have your biggest star do something like this, all because he's like, yo, I don't want to not be on the thing. I want to have 20 or whatever straight all-star appearances and stuff like that for a starter, that diminishes the game. It diminishes the game. And mind you, this was boring. I tried to watch it. I was like, okay, let's watch and see what's going on. I was like, man, my eyes are hurting. I went just like this. And when I went like this, man, my eye was kind of hurting. It was the third quarter. Bro, I was like, man, this is boring. This is boring. Like, super boring. Like, I had no lie. I was like, man, this is not good. Like, my gosh, the product has suffered. And mind you, this is all because of the players. Their lack of wanting to play back-to-backs. Their lack of wanting to actually try hard in the All-Star game. Like, and once again, I believe it was Stephen A. Smith that said they play harder pickup games during the summer than they were doing in the All-Star game. The All-Star game is supposed to be the greatest pickup game in the world. In the world. Now you're going to have, like, even when we were growing up, the first half, you see a lot of crossovers, crazy passes. You see dunks to get everybody. But once that second half started, those fouls started coming through. People playing full court defense. People was not playing like, I'm not trying to lose. I don't want to lose. You're not showing me up. You would see Kobe, him and Iverson going against each other, talking like, yeah, what you think? What you think? You see Shaq, oh, you ain't going to do this. I'm the Diesel. Tim Duncan saying, hold up, glass, fade away, swoop, sham. Jason Kidd, hitting them with the passes. This generation of NBA players are coddled. That's the problem. On top of, which is the icing on the cake, it's just running and shooting threes. Everybody. They don't even want to play defense because defense takes effort. You're more incentivized on playing offense. Defense is all mindset and effort. There was a story that came out about, I believe it was Dwayne Wade talking about Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. And they said when they did the best 75 players, when they did that whole hoopla, he said Isaiah Thomas was like fuming. And then Dwayne Wade went to him and said, what's wrong? What's wrong? He's here. And then he looked back and he saw it was Michael. Because they don't like each other. Did you ever watch the special on the Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boy Pistons? If you have not watched that, please go watch. It's an amazing documentary. Amazing. Like, that's the second best NBA documentary I've ever watched. The only one being The Last Dance. The Last Dance is the only NBA documentary that I've watched that was better than the Detroit Bad Boys Pistons documentary. Straight up. It's not even close. The best one. And let me tell you something right now. None of them like Jordan. None of them like Pippen. And they think Rodman's a traitor for going over there. Bro, nasty, bro. Absolutely nasty. And the NBA has lost that. The bloodlust is gone. You're right. You see, Antonio Williams said LeBron does things on his time. The NBA allowed the decision. It was an hour. Shaking my head. Yeah. And the crazy thing is that was during a David Stern. David Stern, if you did not know, did not want the team up in Miami. He didn't want it. He was incapable of doing it because they were all free agents. So he couldn't stop it. If it was a trade, he would have vetoed it. The NBA, all these guys, like, they can veto certain stuff if it's in the best interest of sportsmanship and competitive play. The NFL could do this. Could you imagine right now if Lamar Jackson said, you know what, Ravens, y'all making me mad. I'm tired of this. Justin Jefferson said, bro, I want to play with you. Derrick Henry said, Lamar, wherever you going, I'm going. Chase said, yo, Burrow, I'm done, man. I'm done in Bengals. They ain't paying T. I'm out of here. The offensive line is like, oh, we can block for Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and them. Yo, so all of them congregated, let's say on the Raiders, with Tom Brady being the new part owner. What would you do? Y'all would be like, what? Huh? What kind of cheating is this? Roger! You would call Roger like how the, what's it called? Go home, Roger. You remember sister? You remember that? That's what y'all would be doing it. Y'all be calling for Roger to make changes immediately. Immediately. Not immediately. Immediately. That's like, you know where I'm coming from? But that's what the NBA was doing. That's what the decision was. You took three guys who were legit number one or number two in their respective positions, and in their prime, put them on the same team. That's never been done in NBA history. That's why there was such a backlash from it, from even like older players. Older players was like, yo, what kind of crap is this? Because the equivalent of that would be like Jordan saying, well, the Pistons are winning right now with Isaiah, Joe Dumars, Lambeer, Mahorn, and Dennis Rodman and them, and say, you know what, I'm tired of the Bulls. I ain't surrounding me with enough help. I'm going to go play with them, right? And then Larry Bird being like, man, I played enough time. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go play. Or they beat us, so I'm going to go play for Detroit. And then everyone joins up on Detroit, and Detroit wins the next 10 or 12 titles. That's not good for the profile of the league. Yeah. David Stern vetoed the CP3 trade. And if y'all didn't know, what helped also veto that was Gilbert Arenas. Yeah. Try to tell y'all, man, the Heat thing was crazy. The Heatles, like when they made that team, oh my gosh. The Heat, like listen, I'm in Florida. Coach, I know you in Florida too. If you're still watching, Coach, Sip the Tally's in Florida. That hence his name, Sip to Tally, Mississippi to Tallahassee. That's literally the name. He's in Florida. He'll tell you in Florida, Miami Heat games were must-see TV. Even though David Stern was mad at it, it was absolute must-see TV because people hated them. They became the villains of the NBA. So if you're from Miami, you were like, yay! Like, it was like, if you were anybody, right, you were trying to go to those games because you were seeing every and anybody at those games. If you went to Heat games during the Heatles time, you would see every big name athlete, actor, everything lining the outside of the court. There were no games that weren't packed. There were no games that there were seats. There were no games that were cheap. Even the nosebleeds, there was like that Chinese girl went to go, give me my name, like in the thing with the Wayans brothers. Yeah, that's how they were. Super expensive. The elite of the elite. It was the Floyd Mayweather effect. People are paying to watch you lose. I've never seen more people celebrate a team losing than when the Heat lost to the Dallas Mavericks. When I'm talking about the entire NBA, old school players, especially with Dirk Nowitzki finally getting his title, bruh, people were thank you. You stop the evil. Stop all the evil. The Heatles were evil. That's how they were. They were going to church praising God. And then guess what? Ray Allen said he pulled that last, what's it called? What's that one dance movie? Not The Last Dance. What's the movie with oh my God, B2K and them? What's the movie with B2K? You Got Served. You Got Served, right? Okay. You remember when the friend Sonny switched sides? He was like this. They're like, yo, what are you doing? That was Boston and LeBron. He walked over, gave them all the plays they be running and everything. And Ray Allen's like, let's get this money. And then they went on their run. And guess what? They wouldn't have won none of those titles without Ray Allen. Because his clutch shooting came clutch, especially against the Spurs. Nah, you just mad. Because this time, you got served. Come on now, bro. I'm an 80s baby. Yeah, bro. That was literally him joining the Heat. That level. The NBA rejoiced when they lost because they believed that the team was an abomination. And just like I said, it's the Floyd Mayweather effect. People never watched Floyd to watch Floyd win. He became a perpetually hated, often maligned villain. People paid to see him lose. That's what happened with the Heat. So fast forward, now they made it was normal. Now everyone was trying to team up. Heck, Kevin Durant has been on 4 super teams, give or take. Supposed super teams, give or take. Yo, that's why Kevin Durant don't get no respect. Because technically, he was on a super team for the Thunder, which the Thunder almost beat Golden State when they were like going on their crazy 3-point run, right? They brought them to 7 games. Should have won that series, right? They were up 3-1 on them. They should have easily won that, or whatever it was. They should have easily won that series. And you know what I'm saying? Then he left that great team and went and joined another, probably the biggest super team of all time with the Golden State Warriors. Then he left them and tried to make a super team over there in Brooklyn. Hello, Brooklyn. How you doing? Where you going? I've been through. You know what I'm saying? That failed. Then he said, you know, I'm taking my talents to the desert and try to build another super team down there in Phoenix. And that has unceremoniously failed. So once again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know that Steph Curry was even the All-Star MVP. That's how uninspired I was to finish the game. Like, I was like, all right, shut it off, click. But that's what I'm saying. You do things for the profile of the league. The problem with LeBron, he has done everything for the profile of LeBron. And regardless of his great, you know what I'm saying, giving player empowerment to the players, it has diminished the sport globally. Globally. And now, you know, with the ascension of a Steph Curry, now everybody wants to shoot threes. Do you know what would have ended all of that if LeBron just said, you know what? I'm 6'9", 260, 280 pounds. I'm going to put my armpits in the rim. I'm going to foul all y'all. Let's see if you can three-point shoot your way through that. If he would have did that, it would have stopped all of the three-point shooting. But then, once again, the three-point stopping and shooting is a lot easier. It's less fatigue on the body. Because then it's just, you're running, you're jogging, you're barely playing defense already. She's running down, give me the ball. And you're just jacking up threes. Or you dribble, jack up another three. The NBA, I don't see, listen, the NBA to me, you know what I would think would save the NBA? If they took away the three-point shot. If they said, you know what, all twos. I think that would save because what it would do is it would force teams to then go back to playing defense because everything's worth two. There would be a greater variation of different styles. So you'd have shooters, you'd have, you know what I'm saying, guys that are attacking the basket again. You know what I'm saying? Because they realize, let's get guys into foul trouble, earn our points from the stripes, those extra points from the stripes. You got three-point shooters that are averaging just as much, if not more, free throws than the guys that attack the basket. They desensitize, sensitized to attacking the basket. So everybody is stopping and shooting. Even centers are stopping and shooting threes. It's crazy. They've totally ruined the profile of the sport. I'm gonna explain to y'all how they helped ruin. Baseball did something similar, but in a whole different aspect. You'll understand exactly where I'm going with another show coming up. But yeah, man, Kush with a $10 donation. Yes, Kush like the Wiz Khalifa. Top of the morning to you, Nitro. Thanks for the content. Much love as always. Nah, man, thank you for being here. And thanks for all the love and support, man. God bless, man. Thank you. Much obliged and much appreciated. And guess what? That's now pushing the springboard for the WNBA. Think about it. The WNBA is more physical than the NBA right now. I repeat, the Women's National Basketball Association is more physical than the NBA. People are saying, look, they might not be able to fly through the air and stuff like that, but we'd rather watch girls that are scrappy, scraping, clawing every play, playing as hard as they can, than, you know, these guys that are getting paid more than they ever had before, sitting out back-to-backs. When they're getting the best treatment in the world. They're not flying on regular airplane. They're flying first class, reclining, sitting there with massage chairs that massage their nipples while they sleep. Ball. And they're getting these motivational gurus in their ears speaking basketball with a 3D goggles on their face to see all the different technology. Like, come on now, bro. Nah, bro. Like, the lack of understanding to why people are stopping watching. There's so much when it comes to the NBA. Treatment has never been better. Money has never been better. Like, what are we doing here? And you're making excuses. Bro, you know what was crazy? A stat came out about the center in Philly. What's the center in Philly's name? I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about. Joel Embiid, right? And Joel Embiid right now has only played in like 52% of the games in his career. Half. We want prenup. Yeah, it's something that you need to have, because when she leave you, she gonna leave with half. And this man is making, bro. Yeah, hold up. See, I'm on fire. I caught my second win. I told y'all, baby. I'll give y'all a show. Hold on. The man's the Nigerian scammer. Bro. Joel Embiid contract. Joel Embiid signed a 3-year contract for $192,907,008. That's why it's like when you're looking at people that are spending their money, their hard-earned money, after a hard day's work to watch you play, and you're saying, oh, I can't play. This is hard. I'll play the next game. They'll understand. I'll play in the playoffs where it matters. And then they're still hurt for the playoffs. Joel Embiid is averaging $64,300,000 per year. To only play half the games. And the worst part about it is, even if they lowered the amount of games to, let's say, 60, you would still have some of them saying we're only going to play 30 games then. Because that's what speed. You ever heard the speed limits are there? Speed limit, you don't increase speed limits, because if you increase speed limits, people are still going to go over it anyways. Like, everyone complains that it needs to be faster than 75. But if you put it at 90, people are then going to go 120. Because everybody always goes over the line. Always goes over the line. And he's not just the only one. It's been a plethora of them. Junk is ridiculous. And that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, and think about it. A lot of people are pointing out, like, you know what I'm saying? The discrepancies in those things. Saying, how can we watch something? We're paying money to watch it. You're not playing. The stars aren't playing. So they're not playing. They're only playing half, or no. None of them are playing 80% of the games, right? They're missing large chunks of the season. They don't try in the All-Star game. They don't try in any of the skill games. You saw Wembanyama and Chris Paul trying to cheat the skills challenge. How you cheat during the skills challenge? And then they disqualified them for trying to cheat. Bro, the integrity of the sport has been compromised. And for anybody that doesn't understand, the definition is, every word I use is distinctively picked. Plethora, like when I say a plethora of players, it means a large or excessive amount of something. So there's an excessive amount of players that are stars that are not playing all of the games. They are not trying hard in all-star games. And they yell, well, we need to keep our bodies ready for the playoffs, and somehow they're still unhealthy enough to play in the playoffs. Or after 2 plays in the playoffs, they're injured and they can't play in the same playoffs. They took games off to play in those same playoffs. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It makes no sense. Podcast P. Playoff P. Nasty work. Nasty work. But listen, guys, we're coming to an end on today's show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here for the morning show. Like I said, we'll be live every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Heck, I'm even going to try to be live on Fridays. Try to figure out a way to do it. But yeah, but check this out. Like I said, the last time I did it because of the emergency. But of course, you know I have to bring our 90s, 80s, and stuff like that content, early 2000s. And I saw something and I thought you guys were going to laugh, right? So you know I got to bring out these 90s. I'm going to ask what y'all think about this, right? So check this out real quick. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? So the question was, it's Friday in the 90s. You can only watch 3 of these movies. What 3 are you watching? What 3 are you watching? What 3 are you watching? Now, I need to know. I need to know. Which 3 of these movies are you watching? You're in the 90s right now. It's Friday. It's a Friday night. I'm living life crazy, going wild, wild. It's a Friday night. Which one of these movies are you watching? I'm taking you guys back. I told y'all I ain't playing. I told you there will be 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Heck, I'll even put some 70s in there too. You know, for the Hendos is up there. Because I didn't know, you know Hendo from the Rogue Pie, he 50? He 50? Like 50. Bentley. M. Cannon got a man fresh out the slums. Look at sip. Coach said, yo, Friday house party and juice. Mind you, I'm an 80s baby. So by that time, I was like young. I'm telling you right now, in my parents' house, where they're playing Glory, Hallelujah, praise his name, trust and believe, Friday, Juice, and Boys in the Hood is not getting played. I promise you that right now. I promise you that right now. For me, growing up, man, I watched all these movies though, eventually. I'm telling you right now, Jurassic Park hit her. When Jurassic Park first came out, it was, boy, when you saw that T-Rex for the first time, bro, that got to be on there. Bro, this is hard. Like, y'all not thinking about the type of hits that are on here. Like, y'all not bringing up Titanic. Like, y'all forget how big Titanic was in the 90s? Titanic was so big, elementary school kids watched it. And that was with the body on body scene. Body to body. Mrs. Doubtfire and dude looks like a lady and dude looks like a lady. 3 ninjas with Tum Tum, Colt, and Rocky. Come on now, bro. We doing this, bro. Billy Madison, bro. Bro, listen. Free Willy was my bro. Free Willy was my movie, especially with that one Michael Jackson song. Coming and then don't sing. And everybody watching, and on the feet. You remember that was that big Michael Jackson song. That was the theme song for Free Willy that came out at the end of the movie. For me, it's probably literally that row. Free Willy, Space Jam, Jurassic Park. Space Jam was the biggest sports movie of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. There was never a sports movie that was bigger than Space Jam. I want y'all to understand this. The 90s, let me get to the chat, because I know I'm going crazy on this. Look at OJ said Juice, Friday, and Pulp Fiction. I wasn't allowed to watch none of those. My mom would have came out with the chancletas, you know what I'm saying, for all my Spanish, the chancletas, and they would have meant shoot a face. But yo, I'm watching that at my parents' house at that age. Nah, mom would have came out swinging, and mom had a mean right cross. No lie, I caught it one time. I'm telling you right now. Oh God, I can't see. So yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. So Flex Zone said Friday, Toy Story, and Juice. Toy Story was such, bro. Toy Story was another one, bro. Like, man, like, look. Now, I have personal favorites on here, but I'm thinking about this as a kid. If I was a kid picking these movies as a kid, it got to be Jurassic Park, Space Jam, and Free Willy. Now, once again, as a kid, you know what I'm saying, there's always, like, you know, special consideration for The Lion King, Home Alone during Christmas time, Good Burger. As I got older, you know what I'm saying, House Party was it. You know what I'm saying, Friday became it when I got older. I remember that when Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah. Yo, since that's my mom worked till 1 a.m. every night. This man was out there watching BT Uncut. Y'all remember that, right? When you would fall asleep, you wake up to those telecommercials with all of the singers on it and stuff like that. Michael Bolton and them. Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? Smooth R&B. You know what I'm talking about, bro? I'm telling you, bro. We bringing it back. I'm gonna take y'all back. Don't worry, I got y'all. Indian in the Cupboard was big too. Indian in the Cupboard was one of those movies that every school had in it. The Indian in the Cupboard, like, that was in every school. We watched that at school, like Charlotte's Web. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't really watch it at home. You watched it at school. That man said movie kids. Junk is crazy, bro. I think all of us got, what was it called? Where did it go? Mortal Kombat, man. I remember when Mortal Kombat hit. I remember when Scorpion hit that, get over here. And when he was fighting Johnny Cage, bro, for as a kid, bro. Listen, man. You know I'm an 80s baby, so I was there during the Power Ranger, when martial arts and all that stuff got really big in the 90s. And also during that time, that was during the time of Walker, Texas Ranger, Highlander, all that fighting genre stuff, Xena, the Warrior Princess, Hercules, Highlander. Here we are, born to the kings. We're the princes of the universe. VR Troopers, Mask Rider, during that. So all of those were the fighting times. So you know I got love for Three Ninjas. Y'all remember Surf Ninjas, all that other stuff like that. So I get it. But I'm talking about as a kid. As a kid, those are the three I'm watching. Straight up. I think all of us got dragged to see that love story. All of us did. That Titanic. Like Steve Harvey said, bring on the water. Drown these people. The 90s is, listen, when people don't understand how magical the 90s were, because the world was still small. Technology was still in its infancy. Kids still played outside. You know what I'm saying? You were spending time with your cousins at your grandma's house, having sleepovers over there, because you weren't allowed to sleep at anybody else's house, but you could spend the night at grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? Heck, that's when blockbusters came out. Remember, that's when Independence Day started, the summertime blockbuster. Y'all, listen, man. Y'all playing with a real 80s baby. Superhuman samurai. Da, 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 da. You don't think I know it? Kick some giga butt. BT Uncut. Oh my gosh. My mom ever see me watch you with an uppercut of me into the ceiling. Jet Li and Jackie Chan with The Truth. Yeah. Like before, like the internet was magical before social media. Social media, like that's what I'm saying. You're talking about being a teenager in the 90s was awesome. I was still a kid. Like everything was in its infancy. You still had Michael Jordan. You still had Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey. You know what I'm saying? You still got to see the Magic and the Birds. You know what I'm saying? Give shout outs to Kareem and them. You still, like, there were so many. Like, I remember the early 2000s, the home run derby with Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa and them. When we were in high school and school and stuff, even middle school, and they would, during lunchtime, it would show, ESPN would show it. Like, oh, there's another big, the 5 Deadly Venoms. Yes! My father! Yes, with the karate kung fu movies. Rumble in the Bronx. Bro, yo, the 5 Deadly, yes. You had the frog, what was it? You had the frog. You had the snake. The frog, to kill him, you had to put him all in these, like, a needle box. Because there's only a certain place on his body that could hurt him. Come on now, bro. The 5 Deadly Venoms. Yeah, bro. I wish my father was next to me on this one, bro. If my father heard that, he'd be like, bro, man. Music was in its, like rap was still growing into it. You had the big names. Everybody was different. Wu-Tang, DMX and the crew. You know what I'm saying? You had Biggie. You had Pac. You had A Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these different acts, they all sounded different. Snoop Dogg and the West Coast and them sounded very different. Like it was just different, man. Different. The 90s and early 2000s was something to be a part of, man. You can't even put it into words. Games. Like people still could play games together in the house. You didn't have to be on the internet to play a game next to somebody. But I wanted to put, because I told y'all, every time I'm coming with 80s, 90s, early 2000s, even a touch of 70s in there, just so I could show, you know what I'm saying, just to bring you guys back, because I believe that's what we're supposed to do. We connect on that level. But what do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed another episode of the Morning Kid Show. Hopefully everybody had a great time. Please catch us tomorrow at the same time, 9 a.m. to 10, or around 9 a.m. to 10. Sometimes if it's going hot, you might go a little over. But I'm here for you guys in the morning. All the most popular news and shows. Guys, please check out the community tab. And please like and subscribe to the new channel. We will be probably live there tomorrow if everything goes as well. You can see the new logo is already in the corner of this channel right now. That is the logo for the new channel, The Wunderkind Morning Show. So yes, go there, like, subscribe, and put on the notifications so when we go live, you could be there. Matter of fact, let me see if I could put that in the chat so you guys can subscribe to it from now. Subscribe. Man, I'm so serious, man. We are growing, and I'm loving every bit of this, man. Loving every bit of this. I love doing the morning show with you guys. I'm having fun, man. Having fun. Share. Copy link. Gotcha. Hold on. We going to it. We going to it. Where's my live at? Hey, where's my live at? I'm going to the live right now, guys. I'm sending it in there now. Oh, see, you even hear the commercial come on. Yeah. Let's see. Old Kung Fu movies are goaty. Oh, we're going to go through those too. Don't worry, bro. I got y'all. We're going to go through all of those too. Right there, guys. You see it. That's the Wunderkind Morning Show site at the bottom of the chat. Please click that link. Like and subscribe to it. Get the notifications on. We will be going live to that either today or tomorrow. Tomorrow or the next day. And all of the morning show lives are going to be on that channel. So if you love being with me here in the morning, you know what I'm saying? You love getting your morning shot of Nitro with the news and everything else that's current in the world of sports. And also some trivia from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Be there or be an L squared weenie. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This is your host Nitro signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Please remember to like and subscribe, guys. I love you guys. Y'all know what time it is. Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.
You're not my